here's the deal. Look, I want to buck you guys up a little bit. Did you hear what I said? I said buck you guys up. VonAllen Sports. This is Sleepy Joe, and I got to give you a shout-out, man. He's a good guy because he could, he could kick my ass, that's why. But he's not going to do that. He's going to pick on an old man. Here's the deal, guys. I got a whole dossier on you here. You probably never shut up about Tom Brady, right? Tom Brady. VonAllen Sports, let's go. I don't like that, man. That's too close to Let's Go Brandon. Let's be honest, you football guys. I know what you're doing at the game. You're all chanting, "Let's go Brandon, let's go Brandon." VonAllen Sports, let's go. I think you guys are great. And I think I ought to join your group. You know why? Because I'm basement butthurt, that's why. I spent the whole campaign in the basement, and I'm gonna do it again. That's how I win, They locked me in the basement. So I'm basement butthurt. I'm halfway there, guys. Let's do this. Come on, man.
VonAllen Sports.
Enjoy the silence.
VonAllen VonAllen Sports.
This is the man with the most badass name in sports, the Pharaoh, the Egyptian god himself, Amon-Ra St. Brown. And on behalf of my man VonAllen, we want to thank you for your support. Let's fucking go.
VonAllen Sports.
What's up? What's up? You know, I heard they were going to bring that commercial. What's up? Yeah. Okay. So, if you remember the What's Up commercial, me and my brother, my friends, that's all we did for a whole year. A whole year, just it starts out saying just what's up, and by the time it's over, you're just screaming. It's ridiculous. Okay, so here we are already, week 2, okay? So just to let you guys know how this is going to go this season. This show is going to be on Thursday nights at 6 p.m. every week, okay? So every week, Thursday, 6 p.m. And the show will consist of 3 accomplishments. One accomplishment where I'm going to be showing the score of the current Thursday night game. We'll talk about it while it's on. The second thing we're going to be covering is it's going to be a review of week 1, the previous week. And the third thing it will be is predictions and analysis of the upcoming week. So that's what we're going to achieve in those 3 things. I have a lot on my plate right now. So, I have another channel that I'm starting. I also do music. I don't even know if you guys know that, but that's actually my job, my real whatever. And I have to release a new album. So I have to work on that as well. And also I've been doing some political things in the background as far as like fundraising and stuff. I was previously doing stuff for Robert Kennedy Jr. Here in California only, but then moved to just Trump now, because I was always doing it for Trump. But what my point is that here in California, helping Trump doesn't really help. It doesn't really do much for you. So that's what I had been doing before. So that's what I was doing over the whole summer. Also, another thing I just wanted to mention, and it's cool, but a lot's happened since I last talked to you guys, and I forgot to tell you. So as you guys know, that Milena's mom had passed away. Her dad passed away just a month and a half ago. So it all happened since the last time, since last season. So it's all happened in the last few months. So kind of that's why you didn't see me posting a whole lot. It was kind of a weird time and all that. So just wanted to say shout out to him, and he was a great man, lived a long time, lived a good life. And he's one of my favorite people. Best chess player I've ever seen. Best chess player I've ever played against. It's crazy stuff. I couldn't even compete with him. It was crazy. So, all right. So we have the Bills and the Dolphins. I don't know why that scoreboard's quality is so terrible. What is going on here? Well, I hope it gets better. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's awful. Ugh. Maybe because I'm streaming and the same computer is also streaming the game. I don't know. Maybe that's it. All right, whatever. I'm sure you guys are watching the game anyway. So, all right. So I got my window open. If you want to send a super chat, you have to do it on Rumble. So just go. The Rumble link is pinned to the top of the comments here on YouTube. And you just you just go to Rumble into their comment section, and then you can send a super chat, because as you guys know, you guys remember, a lot of y'all probably remember that YouTube demonetized us. They didn't like me very much, I guess. So they won't let me, they just keep declining me. They won't let me talk to somebody. It's really weird. Whatever. But you can do it through Rumble. Also, I have a new channel, VonAllen's America. This is a history and political channel. I've got it posted right here. That thumbnail, Americans versus the Establishment, that is that's the first video of the channel right there. And it talks about all the great Americans throughout history who have taken on the powers that be. The establishment, whatever you want to call them. And what had happened to them, and what is the common thread between them, and why they were shot at, why were they, people tried to kill them, and in some cases did succeed. But that's what it covers, and so that channel is VonAllen's America. If you just search on YouTube, if you just put VonAllen, it will be like third or fourth from the top. So it should be easy to find. If you guys would subscribe to that, that would be great. Make me very, very happy. Okay. So I guess since the game is going on right now, it would make sense to mention Tyreek Hill. So if you guys don't know about what happened to Tyreek Hill, is that on the way... oh, thank you guys. Thank you, Elf. Thank you for saying that. Thank you. Jaeger Tharn, thank you. Thank you for your condolences, guys. Tyler Belcher, Nightwalker. Really appreciate it. Very cool. Very cool. If you're watching on Facebook Live, I will glance over to your comments. So I will see them eventually. It's not pointless to do that. So feel free to comment. I will be looking. Also, if you're watching this on X, feel free to comment, and I will be monitoring that as well. Okay. So, thank you, Papacopia. Great play by the Bills just now. Wait, did he drop that? Oh, right on the one, inside the one. It should have been right there on the line, but whatever. He's in. Okay, so Bills up. They're going to go up 17-7. So Tyreek Hill. So Tyreek Hill was pulled over by the police on Sunday on the way to the game, on the way to the Dolphins game. And yeah, Papacopia, my game on Amazon is blurry. Yeah, the quality's terrible. Is that happening to you guys too? Not my stream. I'm talking about the Amazon stream. Is y'all's bad? Because mine is. All right. So Tyreek Hill, he got pulled over, and everyone made a big deal out of it. And so all we saw at first was posted on Twitter X that Tyreek Hill's being arrested. All it shows, it doesn't show the beginning part. It shows him getting knocked to the, or not knocked to the ground, but wrestled to the ground, and handcuffed. And all this outrage started, and all this outrage happened, and everything like usual. And that's all we saw. That was enough time for everyone, the whole internet and everybody, to start, complaining that, it was abuse, excessive force, or whatever. Well, finally the real video came out, and Tyreek Hill, of course, has been playing the victim. He is doing the whole victimhood thing, like Colin Kaepernick was right, and we need to see change and all this. Well, here's the problem with that, Tyreek. First of all, Tyreek, he's lucky he's not in prison. Okay, so not for that, but for beating his wife and his children, or his child. He said, what would have happened if I wasn't Tyreek Hill? Implying if that was just another, I'm assuming he means another black American. that they would have been treated worse because they weren't Tyreek Hill. Well, because you're Tyreek Hill is why you're not in prison, dude. So you don't want to open that can of worms. But the biggest problem with this whole thing is that when they pulled Tyreek over, first of all, apparently he was going like 105 miles an hour in a 55. That's what I've read. Okay, not sure if that's changed or if that whatever, but that apparently is one of the reasons he got pulled over. Regardless, it's how he behaved when he was pulled over. So he was pulled over. The cop was coming up behind him, walking up behind him, tells him to roll down his window. Tyreek barely rolls down his window. Now, keep in mind, Tyreek's windows are so dark that you can't see through them. You can't tell what's going on. And he rolls the window back up right in the cop's face. Like, okay. What does that tell the cop? That tells the cop one thing. You were going really fast. It tells the cop another thing. I told you to roll down your window. If you roll up your window on me and I can't see you, what does that imply? That implies that you could be going for a gun or that you are getting ready to take off. That's one of the two things that that implies. Now, to make matters worse, he was yelling well, I don't know if he was yelling, but he was talking aggressively. Let's say that he was giving an attitude, and I just don't understand this mentality. I don't get it. I've been pulled over probably 6 or 7 times in my entire life. I've only been given 2 tickets. Two of the cops that pulled me over were actually black cops. One pulled me over in Little Rock, and I was traveling with my cat. I was about 19, I think. He looks in, flashlight. He's like, sees the cat. He's like, "You're moving?" I'm like, "No, I just went to visit my parents, and I'd take my cat with me." I was living in Dallas at the time. And I said, no, I just travel with my cat. He laughs. I'm very polite, by the way. And he says, "Okay, well, slow down." I'm like, "Oh, thanks. Cool. Okay." Another cop one cop that actually gave me a ticket, I was speeding. It was when I was a teenager. I was still in high school. I was speeding. No problem. Another ticket I got was in New Mexico by a motorcycle cop. And I was very polite to him. Listen, when you get pulled over, put your hands 10 and 2 on the steering wheel. Don't start reaching for stuff. Don't start grabbing things. You wait until the cop tells you. You wait for his instructions. So you just sit there. He says, "Roll down the window." Roll down the window. "Hello, officer. I need to see your license and registration." Okay, now I can reach for it. Now I can go for it. What you don't do is, "Why you pulling me over, man?" And then roll back up the window. Yeah. Any cop that is going to raise their alarm. All right? So this is something that needs to be discussed as well, is behavior as a person who's getting pulled over. All right? There are cops in the world that aren't perfect. There are bad cops. I knew a few as a kid. I knew a few bad cops in our small town that I grew up in. There's always going to be those guys. But at the same time, it's your responsibility to not escalate that situation. All right? To not give them a reason. Like I said, I've been pulled over 6 or 7 times. I have never given an attitude. I've always been polite. And almost every time I even got out of it, they just gave me a warning. I mean, there was one time I was speeding like 25, 30 over the limit, and the guy just let me go because I was so polite. I said, "Oh, man, your gloves are cool." He had these cool motorcycle gloves. I'm like, "Where can I get those?" You identify with them on a personal level. You're polite to them. Show them respect. They're always going to let somebody off that day. There's somebody they're just not going to bother with. Make it be you. And it will be you if you're polite. But I tell you what, mouthing off at them ain't going to work. I've had friends, I've been in cars with friends with white guys, okay? White drivers who were total jerks to the cop, and it was on after that. They were getting pulled out and the car searched and all this stuff because they wouldn't shut up. It's like, whatever. But this goes both ways is my point. So Tyreek Hill is all, well, if Tyreek Hill had been polite and done everything he was supposed to, and the cops did that, that's a whole different matter. That's a whole different thing. Okay? And I would be 100% behind him. I'd be saying, those cops are finished. They're pathetic. What are they doing? That was ridiculous. But that's not what happened. Okay? So he's just as much to blame as the cops who apparently people are saying they used excessive force or whatever. They did let him go, by the way. They didn't actually arrest him. They didn't take him in. So, but anyway, I thought it was important to cover that because that was all over the news. Dolphins are playing right now. So I thought it was relevant. And like I said, doesn't mean that there aren't cops who racially profile or whatever. I'm sure there are. And I've known bad cops, and they'll mess with you no matter what race you are. They're just bullies. A lot of bullies, kids who are bullies, they grow up to be cops. So, a lot of them. Here's how you fix that. You want to know how to fix that? You fix that by raising the budget for all police. Okay, making the job where the policeman is making like a great living. If you make being a cop a great living, a high-profile job, you're going to start getting people who apply to be a cop that have, several degrees or ex-military people who are very well trained, very well disciplined, who understand how to not escalate a situation without cause. Okay, but what they do is they defund the police. They give them nothing. The cops are making peanuts. So really all they've got, the really only thing on their mind is just to survive. So they wake up in the morning, they check in, and they say, okay, I just want to get home. Because their pay sucks, right? So just get home alive. So when someone's giving them an attitude or rolling up a dark window in their face, yeah, they're on the edge. They're on the edge. And again, they're probably not trained for that kind of thing in general, as where a soldier would be. A soldier would kind of understand the situation a little better. So there's a lot of things to fix this, but Tyreek whining like a little baby isn't going to fix it. So all that's going to do is make other people think that they can get away with what Tyreek did. So tired of these entitled athletes, dude. Touchdown, Buffalo. So this might be a blowout, guys. James Cook with a great run. Yeah, see, Thursday Night Football, I just don't like it. I don't like it. The teams aren't ready. The teams aren't ready. They say player safety, player safety, player safety. Why would you put them on Thursday night? Why? Why would you give an NFL team only a few days to prepare? Every single week, your players have to heal up. They have to, and then they have to mentally get back into the game for the next week. And you put them on Thursday. And they say, oh, well, they get a week and a half off after that. Well, what good does that do? That still doesn't help them between Sunday and Thursday. As where if they have an injury on Sunday and maybe it's not completely right, they re-injure themselves on Thursday. The quality's bad, okay? The quality is always bad. Every once in a while we get a good game, but it's, Dolphins don't look ready. They look flat. It's just, I don't like it. But it's here, so we cover it, and it's there. So what can we do, right? But yeah, you guys know how I feel. I don't like 17-game season. I don't like the 7th seed in the playoffs. But that's the reality, and we got to roll with it. So here we go. So what'd you guys think? What'd you guys think about Brady's performance on Sunday? So what I took away was I noticed. Yeah, Alpha Courage says if they care about player safety, they'd go back to 10 games. The thing about the NFL with 16 games is every game is important. Like, every game matters. If they keep adding on and adding on and adding on, eventually it's going to be diluted. They're going to dilute it. Inside joke between me and Roman and Milena. They're going to dilute it. But yeah, going back to Tom, there's one thing about Tom that I don't think that other people, like a regular football watcher, is going to understand. They're expecting Tony Romo, okay? The Tony Romo, like, calling out stuff and everything. Well, Tony Romo is a cuck, all right? Tony Romo has no problem slurping every player on the field. He's like Chris Collinsworth. He has no dignity. He has no pride. There's no real, legacy that he cares about. And he's really just a total douchebag. And I'll tell you this. Back in 2006, when Drew Bledsoe was playing for the Cowboys, I was pissed off when Bill Parcells benched Bledsoe at halftime against the Giants and put in Tony Romo. I hated this guy. I hated his smirk, his smile, his arrogance. Couldn't stand it. The rest of that year, I would be in Dallas Cowboy chat rooms on the Cowboys website. And I would be saying how it's a mistake. And I would be talking about Tony Romo and all this other stuff, right? And finally, after all these years, I've been vindicated. Absolutely vindicated. Drew Bledsoe, just the other day, Drew Bledsoe said the difference between Tom Brady being my backup and then taking the spot and Tony Romo is this. He said, when Tom Brady took over for me in New England, he still kept asking me questions. He was still the same young player, the same young guy who wanted to know what was this, what was that, what do you think, how you feel about this play. He was still hungry to learn. He said when Romo took over, immediately all that stopped. And Romo thought he had it all down. He thought he was better than everybody else. He thought he knew everything better than everyone else. That right there tells you exactly why one career is a certain way and one career is another. And I could see it. I could read it on this guy. I could tell. And I had also been aware that Tony Romo was a pretty good golfer. And that probably helped his arrogance and, how he thinks he's so great. But with Tom commentating, Tom was saying things, and now as Brady fans, a lot of you guys are going to understand what I'm saying, but many people won't if they don't follow Tom and they don't follow the Patriots. Tom was saying what sounds like very basic and boring things, but they weren't. They actually meant something. That, he would say something like, talking about losing field position in order to still have the field goal, or why are you, going backwards and losing the tempo and the field position. These are all technical things. Every little thing that has to happen. This is how they are. But that kind of stuff really got to doesn't register with the standard watcher. Okay. And that's not a criticism of people or anything like that. It's not an insult. I'm just trying to say that Tom's mentality is different, and he's not necessarily going to be that psychotic cheerleader, on the microphone about every single person. So I know, Tom didn't get a lot of very good reviews, but again, the expectations were here. And even if he had done here, it's going to seem like it's a failure, But they're wiping each other down with a towel on TV right now. It's disgusting. What a bunch of morons. But anyway. So that's kind of my take on the Brady thing. I'm sure he'll get more comfortable and everything. I didn't really have a problem with it, but like I said, I knew what he was talking about. I knew what he was saying and what he meant. Like, these things are fundamentals that really people don't care about, and they don't point out on broadcasting. And so in Tom's mind, these are things that are important and good content, good things to say. And it's just whoop. And not going over their head because it's overly complicated or something. It's just not what they're looking for. People are really waiting. They're really waiting for some comment about that player's whatever. It's just so the basics, like very basic. Justin, what's up, man? Blacker 58, welcome you guys. Hey. I hope you guys don't mind. I hope this isn't rude. But I'm going to have some applesauce. No, this isn't baby food. It's applesauce in a package that attracts, makes it more fun, like fun size. See? So anyway, it's good. Oh, Alpha Courage, nice, man. Thank you. Let me grab it. Milena was trying to deceive me into eating healthier. So. All right. Yeah, this stream is terrible. It's all grainy and weird looking. It looks like we're watching like 240p on a potato. Elf of Courage, our first super chat of the night. He says, sends a $5 super chat, and Elf of Courage says, he was very green. Tom Brady needs a few more broadcasts to get the hang of it. I agree. It's going to take some time. He's going to get more comfortable, but he's never going to be what they think that he's not going to be that. He's not the type of guy to be, slurping over every player all the time. He's not going to do those things. So Yep. Wow. So it's almost halftime. The Dolphins don't do anything here. This is going to be bad. So Russell Wilson didn't even play for the Steelers. They still won, but they didn't even score an offensive touchdown. Okay. Not a good start off for Russell. I mean, he had a minor injury. I didn't know that at the time when I predicted that, the Steelers would win. I thought Russell was going to play. But it didn't matter. Justin Fields played instead, and they still won. Looks like their defense is going to be pretty good this year. So the Steelers are the Steelers, right? I mean, that's just kind of what they do. It's like the Ravens, I guess. You guys remember a few years back when the Bills beat the Patriots in the playoffs really bad? And these Bills fans, I let them to call in, and they started mooning the camera. You guys remember that? That was ridiculous. Another super chat. Thank you so much. Alpha Courage. For those of you guys don't know, Elva Courage's name is regarding Link from Legend of Zelda. Elva Courage says, if the tournament started today, I had Tua as a potential pick for yards. Yeah, well, that makes sense. For you guys, just a reminder, the tournament starts next week. It will if we get enough. So we don't have enough contenders. We don't have enough people who have. We don't have enough entries, is what I should say. So we lost, quite a bit of entries, or whatever you want to call it, over the off season, of course, because there was nothing going on. So many of you, if you guys want to be in the tournament, then just go back to Patreon, sign in with your old account, and then just pick how many entries you want. So we need some more in order to justify having the amount for a tournament, So we're gonna need your help with that, guys. So if you want to be in the tournament this time, please go to Patreon and sign up there. Patreon.com/VonAllen Sports. And those of you who already have your membership and already been paying and donating to the channel every month, thank you guys so much. You really appreciate it. You're already entered. You're good. You don't have to do anything. So no worries there. But so we can get some more people in there so we can get this tournament going. I'm excited. So I'm going to get that started. By the way, look who's here. Tyree Vaughn. Tyree Vaughn just arrived. This Patriots jersey, this came from him. Thank you to the Vaughn family. I appreciate it. Good last name, too. Spelled different than mine, but it's a great name. But yeah, they sent me this jersey. I'm rocking it. You know why? Because the Patriots won their first game of the season. All right. Anybody see that coming? Against the Bengals. Against Joe Burrow's Bengals. Now, listen, you guys know I'm always straight. Well, straightforward. I'm also straight. But straightforward. I thought we were going to lose. And I had predicted us getting destroyed. I was wrong. Completely wrong. I thought sending away Judon and all that was going to really hurt us. Starting, quarterback, Jacoby Brissett. Not really because of Jacoby. I actually like Jacoby. But just, I didn't feel that anything was going to work around them. So that was my view before the game, of course. So I thought they were going to get destroyed. And honestly, if you're being honest with yourself, you thought we were going to lose. You had to have, right? We weren't going to beat the Bengals. We weren't going to beat Joe Burrow's Bengals, right? On week 1. But hey. I'm not so sure, though, I like the Gatorade bath for Gerard Mayo. Well, I don't know. That used to be you had to win the Super Bowl to get that. Now it's when a coach gets his first victory. I don't know. But let's hope this continues. So I would love to I would love to be wrong, Hey, be careful. You play too hard sometimes. Don't be deceived by this face. She may look like a nice kitty. She is a nice cat, but she can also be hardcore. Okay? She's fast. Her name's Amelia. And sometimes when I'm messing with her down here, like right there, and then she'll pop you real quick. She's got skills. Yeah, Israel, what's up, man? Yeah. So I've been sure to keep my cats away from any Haitians. Like I've been, so. Listen, I don't know how much of that is accurate. I've seen reports from people saying it is, and then other people saying it's not. Doesn't matter. It started a meme. It started a meme trend. Save the cats and all that, and I'm all for that. I think it's hilarious. So I don't care whether it's true or not as far as that goes. I mean, I care if it's true, but you know what I mean. Even if it's not true, it doesn't matter because the memes are hilarious and it's good. It's good to make cats popular, right? So it's a part of me. I think it's true. I mean, because I've seen people who live there. They've said it. Unless we're just going to call them all liars. So, but it's probably true. So, because they've also been eating ducks or geese or something like that. So, we know they do that in their culture. It's what they do. So, yeah. I couldn't imagine somebody stealing my cat and doing that. I was telling somebody last night about that, and I said they're going to grab the wrong animal, and that a person's going to come over and just open fire on them. Like somebody, they're really being stupid about that. So. Tyree, yeah, the tournament starts next week, but we need more entries. We've lost some, so. Nightly Sinister, what's up, Kevin? Random question: is Josh Allen's left hand hurt? Yeah, he's wearing a glove over it. They were showing that earlier. I don't know exactly what happened, but yeah, his left hand's not doing that great. Tyler Belcher said, that will be me. Yeah, well, that'd be me too. I mean, I'd lose it. I got into it with this guy here who tried to kill one of my squirrels that I feed. I think this guy thought I was psychotic. I was so angry. You can only imagine. That's a squirrel. It's not even technically my squirrel. It's just a squirrel I feed. Phew. Mickey, Milena, if you're watching this in the other room, are you there? Mickey, are you there? Majali Chai, Molia Bednaga. Majali Chai, Molia Vednaga. Thank you. Blogodaria no go. Kyler Murray, MVP quarterback this season. Kyler Murray, dude. There are so many quarterbacks in this league right now that can't play, guys. I am so tired of the hybrid quarterback. The hybrid quarterback. Oh, he can throw, he can run, he can escape. Oh my God. And okay. Let's keep dumbing down the quarterback position for these guys who can't play. Let's just keep doing that. That's great. That's great. Love it. Absolutely love it. The dude is short. He's not as tall as he's reported to be. There's no way. So when you have to put in a guy's contract that he has to study film, that's on the organization if you still give him the contract. Because if you have to put that, you shouldn't be giving him a contract anyway to begin with. It's all on them. So, what's up, Brandon, the casual gamer? Papacopia says he's too busy playing Call of Duty to study. Yeah. Huh. So I posted, I posed a question the other day. This was Monday night because let's see here. This was Monday night because I was watching the 49ers and, you could see them. They were playing well, doing good. And then it just made me think, wow, they are always good every year for the last several years, for the most part. And they have nothing to show for it. Not one title, in comparison to how good they've been. And it was just made me think, where in the world does the 49ers line up as greatest waste of a potential dynasty? So can you think of potential dynasties that were just wasted, complete waste of their whole era? Comparable to the 49ers, to Shanahan's 49ers. And before we go over that, I want to tell you a few facts about this 49ers potential dynasty that it could have been. 2019, they choked away a 10-point lead against the worst Chiefs in the Mahomes era. That 2019 team was Mahomes' worst team, in my opinion. And they choked away a 10-point lead. 2020, Brady wanted to be a 49er and was available. They stuck with glass jaw Jimmy G and decided to stack their medical and conditioning group with Haitian witch doctors. So apparently when a 49er was, injured or needing treatment, they just waved a wishbone in their face and was like, and all that crap. 2021, they lost the NFC Championship game. Now, this one, I'll give them a break. That season was heavily in the Rams' favor. We all know how I feel about that. So not going to put much on that on them for that one. But 2022, still using the same Haitian witch doctors, they lost their quarterback in the NFC Championship game and didn't have a backup that could play worth a crap. 2023, could have talked Tom Brady out of retiring for the second time, as there was a rumor amongst people who knew him that said the only team that could get him to play would be the 49ers. But not only Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers was available. But they decided to stick with Brock Purdy, and he, Brock, the good chap that he is, decided to wait until the Super Bowl last year to show us all that he can't play. Okay? So he can't. And make no mistake, Kyle Shanahan would rather lose as the head guy and the off chance that he might win one Super Bowl with a no-named quarterback and get all the credit than he would want to win a Super Bowl and multiple Super Bowls and have to share credit with Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, someone like that. In fact, he would have to defer to them. And I don't think his ego would allow it. And it's not just about quarterback. It's about other decisions as well that he's made. He wants to be the man. He wants to be the guy. And that's it. And so they're going to look good. They're going to have a good season probably, without injuries, of course, if they don't have injuries. And they're going to get into the playoffs, and they're going to screw it up somehow. I was a big defender of Brock Purdy, defending him in the sense that, hey, let's give this kid a chance. Let's see what he can do. We don't know what we're dealing with. But when he got into the Super Bowl back in February, and all he had to do was complete some passes, and the 49ers win that game. Just be a quarterback. All he had to do was just be a quarterback, and he couldn't do that. It was so pathetic. That game was so winnable. It was sickening. Rodgers would have won that Super Bowl. Brady would have won that Super Bowl. Okay? Just any quarterback that was decent would have won that Super Bowl. Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff would have won that game. He can't play, And when I say he can't play, I mean at that level. I don't mean, he can be a regular season player. I mean, come on, Lamar Jackson's won 2 MVPs. But the guys, you either have it or you don't in the playoffs. You either have it or you don't. You got to be able to make those plays. You got to be able to do it when the moment arises. The 49ers are too good. Their roster is too good. They're well coached. I mean, for the most part, Shanahan is a good coach. They've got everything going for them. They just don't have a quarterback. That's it. And they haven't had one. Not a real one. Very, very annoying. And that's the thing. I want to see the 49ers do good. I have nothing against the 49ers. It would be cool to see the 49ers, They're such a legendary team. They have 5 Super Bowls. They win another one. They're 6. They're tied with us and the Steelers. That's interesting, but they can't do it. You're not going to win Super Bowls anymore in this league without a quarterback that can play. A quarterback that can make plays when he needs to. It's just not going to happen, guys. The days of Trent Dilfer, winning with the Baltimore Ravens, or the Bucks with Brad Johnson. Although Brad wasn't that bad of a quarterback, but he wasn't somebody that you thought you'd win a Super Bowl with. Or, the Giants winning with Jeff Hostetler. I think we're beyond that now. Just think about it. When was the last time that a Super Bowl was won by a team that didn't have a legendary quarterback or a franchise quarterback? When was the last? Let's see. The last 2 Super Bowls was Mahomes. Super Bowl before that was Matthew Stafford. The one before that was Tom Brady. The one before that was Mahomes. The one before that was Tom Brady. The one before that was Nick Foles. Nick Foles was the last time. And then how long of a time was that before that? Before Nick Foles, it was 2016, Brady. 2015, Peyton. 2014, Brady. 2013, Russell Wilson. 2012, that was Joe Flacco. So you could have but he was having like a playoff, like a madman, but still. So the Ravens were able to get it done with a quarterback that we won't really think of as amazing. So I think that this time is over. It's just the running game. You're not gonna have a team that can ride all the way to the end on a running back. You can't get behind just the running back and hope to get it done. I think that's finished. So. Oh yeah, Flacco was incredible in 2012. That playoff run of his was freaking insane. It really was. Let's see. 2011 was Eli Manning. 2010 was Aaron Rodgers. 2009 was Drew Brees. 2008 was Ben Roethlisberger. 2007, Eli Manning. 2006, Peyton Manning. 2005, Ben Roethlisberger. 2004, Brady. 03, Brady. 02, that's the Brad Johnson's Buccaneers. 01, Brady. 2000, that's the Trent Dilfer Ravens I was talking about. And then before that, you got 99, Kurt Warner. Then you got Elway twice. Before that, you got Brett Favre. And then you got the Troy Aikman and Steve Young 49ers, Cowboys era, and so on and so forth. I mean, I can go all the way back, but I'm just trying to make a point that it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to win a Super Bowl now without somebody awesome. And I don't think Brock Purdy is that guy. So. I can't really count Peyton being done in 2015 because his value still mentally, his value as a leader, his value as preparing the guys to be ready and just not doing anything to screw the game up. I just don't know if I would consider that as one of those cases. But let me hear from you guys. Tell me in the comment section. We have a super chat from Nightly Sinister. Nice. Thank you guys. Remember, you can super chat on Rumble by clicking the pinned link at the top of the YouTube chat. See what we got here. Nightly Sinister. What's up, Kevin? Thank you so much. He sends a $5 super chat. He says, your AirPods Max have built-in sonar now. Huh? Meh, meh. Meh, 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 meh. And that would... what's the sound dolphins make? Don't they have sonar? So... yeah, I don't know what that's going to do for me, but okay. But dude, thanks for the super chat. I really appreciate it. It's awesome. Mickey, close your ears. Milena. Hope that wasn't too loud. It doesn't look like it doesn't look like the Dolphins are. They're not gonna make anything happen here, I don't think. Majuli Chai, Molia Vidnaga. Hey. And Amelia attacked me.
I'm trying to be healthy.
Amelia attacked me.
Yeah.
So, all right. But what were the Kevin? What was the brand of the earrings that Kimla had on the other night? Where she was, it's like it's an ear device where you can hear. Yeah. They said that it's possible. I read on X that this one guy, it's a big account there, and he said he's got a whistleblower who said that they gave her the questions ahead of time. We all knew that though. If you listen to the debate, she always had these very canned, prepackaged answers for everything, and she didn't ever react for the most part to what Trump would say. It was just she was just responding. It was like well rehearsed. It was very strange. No stuttering, no nothing. I mean, we all talk. If we're talking, just off the top of our head, we have pauses. Sometimes long pauses. We do things like that. None of that. She didn't have any of that. It was very, 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 very weird. But it doesn't matter. Debates don't do anything anyway. There's not who is a person sitting there by now going, oh well, this debate's going to decide how I vote. No, you know how you're going to vote. You already know. I mean, it doesn't matter. Really, it's just entertainment for us. Something to do, something to watch. I had a watch party. I had people over for that. It was fun. I enjoyed it. So. All right. So the Dolphins just got the ball. Tua Tagovailoa. He should have just changed his name to John Smith. That would have just been easier. But if they don't get anything here, if they don't even, a field goal is not ideal. A touchdown was better. But if they can even get a field goal here, just to move the ball down the field well, get some continuity going, then maybe they can give us a game here. But if they end up punting or turning it over inside the 50, this game's over anyway. So in that case. They're called Nova? Yeah. Those are pretty cool, actually. Locodarian Nogo, Nefertiti. Nefertiti! Oh, Nefertiti! Woo-hoo-hoo! One thing I've noticed about, friends and family members I have, some who have kids and some who don't have kids. I think when you don't have kids, you still maintain a piece of your youth, like mentally, like you still laugh at things that if you had kids, you probably might not laugh at. Or I don't know. It just seems different. Because I'm thinking, I remember my parents at my age right now, they were so serious. They were like, it was just weird, right? So. Diego Thon says, if you're right of Mao Zedong, you're far right. That's good, man. I got to remember that line. I got to put that in one of my videos on VonAllen's America channel. Speaking of that, did you guys go subscribe there? VonAllen's America. Let's go. First video's out right now. Americans versus the establishment. Check it out. I'm going to plug this thing. This whole Amazon game has been in like 360 resolution. Okay, so let's go back. So the whole point of the 49ers thing, and if you guys answered, I guess I didn't see it. Let me see. Yeagerthorn says Shanahan is a hindrance to the 49ers. Also, they drafted Solomon Thomas over Mahomes. With Mahomes, I think Mahomes was a situation where Andy Reid knew what he wanted, and I don't think other people saw it. That was a special thing that Andy saw. I mean, he even moved up to get him. So I don't even know if other teams were really interested or thinking about him at that high. So maybe they were, but it wasn't obvious that Patrick Mahomes was going to be the way he is now. And location has a lot to do with it. For any quarterback in history, location is important. So Tom Brady doesn't have 6 Super Bowls if he goes to the Jets. Okay. He'd definitely figure out a way at some point to get one, but going to New England made it, that was just a great match. It was everything just synced and worked together. Tom had a coach who was as blindly into football, like nothing else mattered. Like football was life. And he had a coach that felt the same way he did, that loved the game as much as he did. And that's really hard to find. So we have dynasties that have wasted away, choked away. I guess the worst one in history would have to be the Buffalo Bills of the 90s. Would you guys agree with that? Would you say that was the worst case of a lost dynasty? Oh my God, Tua. Hawk Tua. Yeah, Hawk Tua. Yeah, the Bills just spit on that thing on his face. Oh my God. Okay. So Tua was trying to escape, get out. He was about to get sacked. And instead of just, taking the sack, sometimes it's okay to take the sack. Guys out there, if you're watching this and you ever become a quarterback, if you're young, it's okay. Okay? What you don't do is try to throw it out of bounds off of your back foot, causing you to actually not get much on it. And you throw it right to the Buffalo Bills for a pick six. That's up here. It's over. It's finished. Done. Final. You can only get away with that if you're close to the sideline. In that situation, there's always going to be a possibility of getting your hand hit, so the ball just it's a tip drill, or that where you throw up your back foot and you have no strength in the throw at all, and that's what happened right there. Terrible quarterback play. So Yeah, Jaeger Thorne. Yeah, you said Patriots weren't that much better than the Jets before the Mo Lewis nearly killed Bledsoe. Yeah, that's true. But I'm talking long term. So the Patriots had stability. They had the ownership who stayed out of things. You had the coach who believed the way the quarterback does. With the Jets, who knows what happens? Who knows how things get moved around and things like that. So I do think Tom would have gotten a Super Bowl, and he probably would have gotten it early. It probably would have happened during that time. So, and then, what if he plays for Rex Ryan later on? Maybe he gets one. So, but if the Jets have Tom Brady, maybe they keep the same head coach. So you just don't know. You don't know how this is going to work out. But location's important, and Mahomes wouldn't be Mahomes without the Chiefs. That's not a knock on him. That's not a slight at all. At all. You still have to get it done, but that location is important. Very important. So here's some wasted potential dynasties. Shanahan's 49ers. Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay Packers. Let's see. No, I can't count Aaron Rodgers Packers because they did get a Super Bowl. So it wasn't a waste. They didn't waste that, but because you can't call it a waste if they got a Super Bowl. So we'll skip that. So we'll go from the Shanahan's 49ers to okay. So the 90s Bills, I think they're the worst situation. God, those Bills teams were good, guys. The roster, I mean, they were amazing. Let's see. 70s, Minnesota Vikings. Fran Tarkenton's Vikings. What a waste. What a waste. Let's see what you guys saying. Yeah, that is quite amazing. Tharn says Packers since 1992, only 30 years of Hall of Fame quarterback play and only 2 titles. That's a very good point. How much more the Bears could have won if it wasn't for Buddy Ryan's ability to create schisms in the locker room and between coaches. He was personality-wise, he was a cancer in every team he's ever been on. Warren Moon's Houston Oilers, they could have been great. They should have won one at least. We should have had a all Texas Super Bowl. We should have had the Oilers versus Cowboys, and what was it, 93? Early 60s Lions. Wow. Joe Schmidt recently passed away. Papakopia says the 70s, 80s Chargers. Dan Fouts Chargers, yeah. Yeah, Thorne, you're right. You're right. Point remains that Tom went to a losing culture while Patrick went to a winning culture, and that's absolutely true. In fact, no great quarterback or future Hall of Famer or Hall of Famer has ever gone to a better, more prepared situation than Patrick Mahomes. It's just a fact. It's not, whatever. I mean, it's true. And the reason is, one of the main reasons, is that a great quarterback like that doesn't normally go to a good team. You're usually picked, first, second, or third, and you're going to garbage. That's really what ends up happening to you. I mean, Peyton Manning was drafted to the Colts, threw 28 interceptions his rookie year. Still a record, by the way. And they had to overhaul the team completely in order to get things going. But the culture there was just complete trash, complete garbage. Dan Marino's Dolphins. I like it, Black 58. Blacker 58. I'm going. What happened? Oh, that was weird. There we go. Third quarter, 6 minutes left. Buffalo 31-10. Dolphins have the ball at the 20. Almost another interception. Pathetic. All right. Second down and 10 on the Bills 20. They're trying to get into the end zone now. They're at the 12. They're in hurry up, obviously. Well, they were. Dude, the head coach of the Dolphins looks like a serial killer. Seriously. Minuteman 2000 says Carolina Panthers with Cam Newton. That could have been good. Man, Cam Newton was so fun to watch. I really miss football. You know, during that time when the Patriots, you know, the second dynasty, just the game really hit a really good sweet spot for just, it was such a fun time. And maybe I also had personal attachments to that or something, but it was great. So it ran for the first down, concussion number 47. There it is. Alert, alert, Tua's down with another concussion. Who saw that coming? Concussions happen for quarterbacks a lot of times when you quarterback sneak and you dive with your head. Idiot. You already got the first down. He was well past the marker. Slide, dude. This guy, man. He's going to have CTE like crazy. You know it. You know it. I get you're trying to make a play, okay? But you could have made the play and still kept yourself safe. What good are you to the Dolphins if you're not there? If you're out all the time, then you're worthless, because not only are you not there, but you're costing them. So they can't go out and get somebody to replace you. You are a burden on the team. Injuries happen, yeah, but these are stupid things. This is preventable, okay? Holy crap. You think Tua's going to go Benoit? I don't know about that. That's a bit rough. I think Tua's a nice guy. You know, he's a pretty good dude, isn't he? So, Benoit was on drugs and alcohol and all kinds of crap. Minuteman says 2000s Eagles with McNabb. Yeah, they never could get over the hump, could they? They just couldn't get it. They got to one Super Bowl. With all those great teams, they only got to one Super Bowl, and they ran into the GOAT. Yeah. Papa Capia, he says, Tua reminds me of Reggie Ray from Not Another Teen Movie. So we need to put up the Dolphin Stadium needs to put up a Tua concussion counter, and we just keep adding them up. Concussion number 47, ding. You know, whatever. So. No, that's true. Tharn says Reed got to his first NFC title game when Mahomes was 6 years old. Imagine you going back then. That his first title game was what? That was 2000, right? Or was it 01? Well, it's back then, a long time ago. But imagine if you could go and tell Andy Reid, listen, you're going to win a Super Bowl, but the kid that's going to win the Super Bowl for you is 6 years old right now. And you're not going to win until this kid comes and you draft him. And so someone went back in time and told him this. So when Mahomes is up in the draft, that's why Andy Reid traded up. And he was so determined to get up there to make sure that he got Mahomes, because he remembered that this time traveler had told him that. See? That's how it works. Okay, so Tua is walking around on the sidelines, dazed and confused again. If he had gotten lit up or something, I wouldn't be saying anything, but he did that. That was stupid. The Bills defender didn't even do anything wrong. Just Tua went head first, right into him. Moron. Wow, Blacker58 says, fun fact. Tom Brady was closer to Joe Montana's rookie year than his final year when he was drafted. That's insane. Wow. Really? That makes sense. So, yeah. Between Joe's rookie year and Tom being drafted was 11 years. Tom's rookie year and being retiring was 22 years. Dude, it's twice as much. No, what am I doing? I'm an idiot. I don't know why I said that. Okay. So 22 years versus 21 years. Whatever. The hell's going on? I have lost the ability to do basic math. Maybe I have a concussion. Did I hit my head recently or something? Maybe? I don't know. I don't remember. Well, memory loss would be part of getting a concussion. So I can't remember if I got a concussion in order to know if I have a concussion. Huh. What a predicament, right? So you could go through life having a concussion, but you don't remember it. So you never knew that you had a concussion. So you just walk around your house, you just bang your head on the wall. I don't remember doing that. Now all of a sudden, you're me, and you're on a live show, and you can't do basic math. And you wonder why. And you say it to all these people on YouTube, and then they think something's wrong with you. No matter what, no matter how many concussions I get, I will never be a leftist. There you go. Doesn't matter. Okay, so they got Thompson out here, backup quarterback. Got the Tom Brady wristband going. Let's see what he can do. If they score here, maybe I hang on a little bit. And no. 4th and goal. This game's over. It's over. It's finished. Turnover on downs. Bills got the ball. It's finished. Jaeger Tharn says, I'm mildly drunk. What's your excuse? My excuse is that I think I gave myself a concussion at some point. Yeah. But I can't remember it, and I can't prove it. So. But that's my excuse. So last week, Addy Visorno, our resident Cleveland Browns fan, he'd sent a super chat, and I had predicted that the Browns would beat the Cowboys, and I even said it at the time. That was really wishful thinking, because week 1 and week 2 really doesn't matter. You're just throwing darts at a dartboard. Actually, I think I got most of the games correct. I only missed just, I think, maybe 2 or 3 at the most. But, Eddie, I'm sorry, but Deshaun Watson is complete and utter garbage. I mean, Deshaun Watson is garbage on a level that even garbage is embarrassed. You know, like real garbage is embarrassed. And to owe this dude money, that kind of money, there's got to be a way to get out of it. You know, I've heard some rumors that the Browns are trying to get out of it somehow, but he sucks. He just flat out sucks. And I don't understand how you go from, I mean, was the secret to his ability the massages? Like, was there something to that? And now he just doesn't know how to play football? I mean, Joe Flacco is old, and he had this team running better than this. Yeah, I was actually going for the Bills in this game. But It's funny. I don't have an issue with the Bills. I don't have a problem with it. I never have. They still have another quarter to play. Von Miller. Man, that's one regret I have is Von Miller never being a Patriot. That would have been awesome. Serial killer coach is just, he's just like, okay. I gave up killing people for this. Yeah. That's true. That's true, Blacker 58. When you dominate them for so long, you kind of feel sorry for them. And then when they do good, it's like, you're like proud of them. It's just like watching a kid grow up and then achieve something and you're like, oh, good job. Good job. You know? All right. So I'm going to mention this again just in case new people come in. I have a new channel called VonAllen's America. You can, you can see it right there. Right there. VonAllen's America. Please subscribe to that. When I get 100 subscribers, I will start going live. Because there's no point going live for like 5 people, right? So if you guys can subscribe, get me to 100, and then boom, we can be talking on random different nights about other things as well. So if you guys could go there and subscribe to that and watch my first video, Americans versus the Establishment. And just like this one, this channel, you know, so we'll have, you know, little events and things that is more like a group. We're all part of a group, you know, and all that, where you guys are involved and you have input and all that stuff. Absolutely. That'll be awesome. So. No, the AFC East wasn't. That's, you know, and I've proven that many times in different documentaries and stuff that the AFC East, the Patriots were so good that it just made the other ones look bad. Nobody brings up the AFC South, which was hot garbage. You know, the Colts were always the beating up on everybody there, and they don't mention that, right? So they don't bring up the Packers getting to beat up on the Bears, and the Bears would be like decent one year, but then they'd suck for several years in a row. Then you had the Lions, who were never, ever good. And then you had the Vikings that, constantly. So, Alpha Courage says, show of hands, how many Generation Xers are in the chat? I think you're the only one, man. Although Jaeger Tharn might be. I think he might be. Just sometimes I can tell by the way people talk and historical things that they post or things that they mention. Tharn says, can confirm as a Bears fan. Wow. Yeah. So you know what it feels like to get beaten up by the Packers all this time. Blacker 58 is Generation Z. Interesting. I'm technically a millennial. I'm right on the edge. Right between, what's the one that comes before that? That is X, right? So, yeah. Yeah, I'm right on the boundary when it goes from X to millennial. Okay, Tharn is younger than I thought. Well, see, I gave you a compliment. You talk, and your awareness of history and things like that. You talk older than you are. So. Tyree Vaughn says he's Generation Alpha. I like that. I like that. Yeah, I know, Tyree. The Dolphins are getting destroyed. It's pathetic. You know, and the thing is that I'd be all like, man, look, Buffalo's looking good, getting all excited about it and trying to say, they're going to do great things. None of it matters. They're going to play well. They're going to do good. They're going to get in the playoffs, and they're going to meet Patrick Mahomes, and they're going to lose it. Just that. There's still nobody. Anybody going to step up and stop the damn Chiefs? I mean, they really going to let them be the first team to ever three-peat? Is Tom Brady going to have to come out of retirement just to stop that from happening? I mean, there's times where you're desperate. I mean, during the Cuban Missile Crisis, John F. Kennedy called up the previous president, Dwight Eisenhower, and said, man, I'm surrounded by idiots. Do you have any advice for me? And Eisenhower says, don't surround yourself with idiots. Thank you, Dwight. That was very helpful. You got all these record labels sending out old bands because they can't develop new bands. I think so let's bring back the old guys. Let's call Tom. Let's call a bunch of them. See, get out here. You're not getting tackled anyway, so you might as well be playing. What did you say, Brandon? Oh, Brandon says the AFC East is a joke. And he says it's fact. Well, how can an opinion be fact? I've noticed that people always they always give their opinion and then they say facts at the end of it. They say fact. This is the worst team I've ever seen. Fact. Okay. Worst team of all time. Fact. Well, it depends. When are you talking? You know? So there are times where it did suck. But a lot of divisions have historically been very bad, and AFC East is not even one of the worst. So, yeah, I don't know. Are you talking about like right now, like the last few years? Who's your team? Buffalo? Mike Miller asks, why would Tua dive head first? It's called a vicious circle. He's had concussions in the past that have made him retarded. And that retardation causes him to run head first, giving him more retardation. So it's a circle. Just keeps going. That's who he is, apparently. Albuquerque says, yeah, Eisenhower should have said, don't go to Dallas. Yeah. 4th and 9. The Dolphins have the ball again. No one cares. I think everyone left. This dude's running around. And he's tackled because he can't throw the ball. Turnover on downs again. He needed a rocket up his ass in order to get that first down. Von Miller. What a great name for a football player. Von Miller. Yeah, Israel. General Patton was the real deal. He was awesome. I agree, Tyree. I want to see just somebody. You know who I want to see win? I want to see the Lions win. I think that would be cool. The way you guys are talking in the chat sounds like you're really going to like my VonAllen's America channel. We can really, really have fun with that. I'm really excited. I want to do a live show where I can talk with you guys like in the moment about this stuff. So make sure you subscribe. When I get 100 subscribers, I will go live. Tyree Vaughn says, Lions beating the Chiefs or the Texans getting a Super Bowl win. The Minuteman says, the Lions and the Bucks or Bills are the teams for me. Elva Courage says, fact. Vaughn is a noble title in Germany, Austria, and the Netherlands. This is true. Das ist true. What are you doing? Blacker58 says, don't spew too much correct information. You'll become suicidal. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. People who talk with clarity all of a sudden, they all become suicidal. It's very strange. It's a very strange occurrence. Must be some kind of disease or something, or mental illness. Not suspicious at all, right? They still have Josh Allen out there. Elva says, where I live, we call it Arkancidal. That's right. And being from Arkansas myself, I can concur. Man, that coach looks rough. He's just... Yeah, your team looks like crap, dude. Yeah, stat padding. Yeah, well, I guess. I mean, even with the messed up hand, he, on a handoff, something could go wrong. Israel P says, Aaron, you should email me and I will show you 2 documentaries that are going to shatter your entire worldview forever, but it will be worth it. The truth shall set you free. Everything will make sense. But what if I don't want my worldview shattered? Like, what if I don't want you to wake me up? I'll be honest with you, dude. There's nothing you can send me that will shock me. Okay? At this point, everything has happened before and will happen again. But please send that to me. So my email address is... Which one do I give you? Yeah, just use VonAllen Sports at iCloud.com. That they're still throwing the ball. Buffalo's still throwing the ball. Interesting. I wasn't paying attention. It must have been 3rd down. Okay. Because why else would you do that? Yeah, Israel, that works. That's correct. Israel said, yes, I can. I'm already shattering my dad's views and he's almost 60. What are you trying to say? You trying to say that I'm an old man? Is that what you're implying? That because you can shatter your 60-year-old dad's views, you can shatter mine? Because I'm old too? Is that what you're getting at? Huh? No, I'm interested. Send it to me, please. Israel says yes. Okay. Although, yeah, I'm not so sure, but I think I might be old enough to be your father. Maybe. So, maybe. It's not about like lizard people living in Antarctica or something, right? It's something like that. Oh, no, Israel, not old enough to be your dad. That won't work. I thought you might have been like 20, 21. I think John Thomas Chavez is like 20 or 21 or something, right? So I thought you were younger than that. You're an old man. You're almost 30. You're halfway to 30. You better watch out. I still can't believe they tried to kill Donald Trump. Like, when I say I can't believe it, I just really thought that they wouldn't be so obvious, but whatever. Okay, Israel, if what you're going to send me is maybe, like Elva Courage said, if it's a plot to Transformers 3, I'm all for it. So, let's go. No. I am always willing to listen and hear out anything. I don't care how crazy it is. I'm willing to listen and, respond accordingly. So, but I will tell you this. A few things that I don't believe. I don't believe the earth is flat. I believe in gravity. I believe in space. I believe that we landed on the moon in 1969. Let's see. Yeah. There you go. I believe in God. Yeah. So, I believe the official story about JFK is a lie. There are obviously it's more involved than that. Of course. Same thing with RFK. Same thing with Martin Luther King. Yeah. Speaking of space. So last night I stayed up late because I watched SpaceX. So Elon Musk's company, SpaceX, had the first time a civilian working for a private company did a spacewalk. So that was pretty cool. And they said in 2 years, they'll send an unmanned probe to Mars. In 4 years, they hope to have a human actually walk on Mars. And in 20 years, have a colony. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. I hope we get to see all that. I really do. Oh, yeah, September 11th. Yes, the official story on September 11th is nonsense. There were definitely people, Americans, who betrayed us that day. So yeah, forgot that one. Finally, yesterday was September 11th, but. So for me, with conspiracy theories, what you have to do, for me to be, I have to look at it, and I have to look at, basically it has to come down to motive. Is the motive worth the risk? Is what it requires worth the risk? Is the result something that you absolutely have to have? Desperation. And then plausibility. opportunity to actually do it? Can it logistically be done? And finally, is there lying involved or purposeful mistakes, things like that have been made? That right there really is a bad look. So I look for these different things like that. If I can debunk a conspiracy theory, then I'm not going to believe in it. But if you've got certain elements that don't make any sense, no matter what, then I really start to look into it. So. All conspiracy theory is a term to make people who want the truth look like crazy people. And it's just an easy way to dismiss them. We should always be suspicious. We should always be second guessing. We should always be inquisitive and curious. Otherwise, we'll never advance as a species. So. Humanity has gone through periods where we didn't do those things, and nothing ever got moved. The needle never got moved. We never moved forward. So we have to have those things. And then there are just some crazy stuff like the NFL is ran by the Freemasons and gematria and all this stuff, and it's just. I am a Freemason. I don't know who's going to win the Super Bowl this year. Now, Tharn says NFL is in bed with gambling, though. Now, see, that is something where opportunity, ability, profitability, the result is it worth it? Depends. And all those things. That makes sense. It does. So. They never should have allowed a sports team in Las Vegas. Never. They never should have allowed. They allowed the hockey team, and now they have the Raiders there. It never should have happened. They always said that they weren't going to let that happen. They weren't going to do that, and they did anyway. It's absolutely ridiculous. All right, this game is clearly over. Okay, last question. Blaker58 says, maybe I can get behind it or not, but why can't baseball, football players gamble in games they have no part in? Because they may have friends and inside information that changes that thing. They will, and plus, you want to put a cap on that everywhere. You don't want that going on you don't want it touching anybody involved in the sport. You know, it's very risky to do that. So. But I'm very concerned about the last few Super Bowls I've seen. Really, the two of the most egregious happened recently. So the Rams Bengals and the Chiefs Eagles. I don't know, man. Like, see, where I get off the bus for NFL conspiracies is that every play is scripted. It's like a ballet. It's like a play, like it rehearsed. And they all know who's going to let who go by. It's nonsense, okay? You wouldn't even need to do that anyway. It logistically would be stupid to do that. You have the greatest athletes on earth. All you have to do is just let them play, and cool things are going to happen. Great plays are going to happen. It's just how it works. So that's where I differed. That was the point of the argument between me and that one guy, a few years ago when we had that debate about the NFL being rigged. He didn't seem to understand that we actually agreed on many things. But because I wasn't completely, like, oh, everything is done and the field goals have magnets in them, and I wasn't doing all this stuff, that it meant that I was, trying to represent the NFL. I remember some of his followers would even comment and stuff, and he said it on his show after the debate. He said on his show that I might be an operative for the NFL, and that I was sent to pick a fight with him to make him look stupid. They actually said that. I trolled him. He didn't know this, but I trolled him. If you go back and watch that show, I'm wearing Freemason cufflinks. And I'm wearing them that was to mess with his head a little bit. Because he's like all into all that stuff, right? I mean, he thinks, gravity's not real and all this stuff. So, like, he's way, way out there. But I did that just to mess with him. I don't think he ever noticed it. So if he had, his head would have exploded. Because they already thought I was some kind of operative for the NFL. I wish. That'd be cool. Although they would never pay me. I got too much integrity for that. John Thomas Chavez says the UFC, a Vegas-based entity, has had some odd results happen in the last year. Oh, yeah. I never... Listen, when money's involved, you can never, ever be sure that something's not tampered with or something's not messed with. It's impossible. Let me tell you something. People cheat at bingo, okay? I've had friends who have cheated me at Monopoly. You don't think they're going to cheat when billions of dollars are on the line for a game, a tennis match, whatever, okay? You don't think they're going to cheat when it comes to an election? To rule the world? You don't think they're going to cheat? Come on. You've seen dudes knock out girls in a baseball game trying to catch a baseball. That's nothing. People will do what they have to, what they think they have to do, and they'll go far. So no, I'm not, I'm not like, oh, these sports are insulated and it's impossible for anything from the outside to influence them. No way. And the biggest problem with sports right now, and the main sports, is that the referees need to be ran by a state athletic commission. Now that's not perfect. It doesn't mean that it's not gonna happen that way. But I know for one, the NFL should not own the referees that are out there. That's insane. Okay? It's absolutely nuts. How can you ever trust it? Ever? Mike Miller says, does Miami call Tom Brady? They should. Dude, Tom can still play. He can still play. That's not why he quit. He didn't quit because he couldn't play. Could you imagine if Brady came back? My head would explode. I mean, you're talking crazy. Like the live show that would happen would be absolutely nuts. I wish that would happen. Blacker says, you're a baby-hating, tinfoil hat, insane conspiracy theorist for not trusting the government with your eyes and ears. The election was the fairest ever. I know, man. What's up, Mastermind? Mastermind commenting on Rumble. What is up? How are you doing? Speaking of Tom Brady, did y'all watch the roast of Tom Brady? Let me tell you something about that roast of Tom Brady. It was great. It was more than just about Tom Brady. It was bringing comedy back. It was making it okay to insult people, to insult each other, to make fun of each other, to point out our differences, have a good laugh. That's what this world used to be like. It's what it was when I was growing up. I remember that political correctness was sneaking in a little bit in the 90s. But for the most part, you could still joke around, have a good time, take shots at each other, just, goofy stereotypes and goofy things about each other. My friends joke, when they mess with me, they talk about me being from Arkansas, and make jokes about Arkansas. And it's funny, I don't care. It's not a big deal. But that's what roasts are, and they're funny because they're usually based on something that's true. Now, the great thing about that roast was it was brilliant in the sense that Tom Brady, that was a way for everybody to say what Tom wanted to say about Giselle. Okay? They went after Giselle a lot, and he never put a clause in there that says, don't talk about Giselle. He did that for Kraft, which means that he could have done it for Giselle. He didn't. And so all these people went off on Giselle, saying what we all know to be true. And they did it in such a brilliant way where it made it sound like they were making fun of Tom for getting cheated on. But in reality, it was actually pointing out that she is a slut, okay? And a cheating hoe. There you go. So but that roast was fantastic. The introduction, the very beginning of it, when Drew Bledsoe and Tom and Belichick was standing together, and it just shows Belichick, and Belichick says, "Tonight's your night. Everyone's here to see you. Are you ready to go?" And it shows Drew Bledsoe. Of course, we thought it was Tom he was talking to, and Drew's like, "I'm ready, coach. I'm ready." And then Tom shows up, and then Belichick's like, "Sorry, Tom." Or, "Sorry, Drew. We're going to go with Tom." I knew it was going to be a great night. I knew it. Because for both Drew and Belichick to be together on this and make fun of the situation, and I knew, like, okay, everybody signed up to play tonight. Everybody, they're ready. It's go time. And I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I watched it several times. Yeah, thank you, Mastermind. I'm glad to be back. Missed you guys. You know, they booed Kim Kardashian when she came up. Did you know that when you watch it back now on Netflix, thankfully I have the original, the source video, but when you watch it back, they edited out the boos, which is interesting. There were a few comedians that I didn't think were funny or just thought it was blah, but they, for the most part, the show was so fantastic that they can't hurt it, even though a few of them were really bad. Just stupid crap that wasn't funny. So, all right. Screen share. Okay, so this game's over. I guess I've been on for 2 hours now, so it's probably a good stopping point. Guys, there are 56 of you, only 18 likes. Could you please just quickly click the like button? It's good for the channel. And also make sure that you're subscribed and the bell icon is a solid color. Because if it's not, a lot of times they won't send you a notification if I'm uploading a new video or if I'm going live. So just be sure that you have that selected and click the like button. So thank you, Israel. I look forward to it. So I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. I love being back. I love talking to y'all. This is having a community like this is a wonderful thing. I'm very lucky to be able to get to do this and to talk to you guys like this. And y'all's support. It's amazing. So I will try to post reminders about the tournament, but remember, please go to patreon.com/VonAllenSports and enter the tournament through there by signing up for a different level on Patreon. If we get enough, right now we don't have enough to justify a tournament, but if we do, then the tournament will start on this show next week. Okay? All right. Thank you guys so much. I really, really, really appreciate you guys.
VonAllen Sports. Fuck you. I'm subscribing. If you're not watching VonAllen Sports, fuck you.
This is the man with the most badass name in sports, the Pharaoh, the Egyptian God himself, Amon-Ra St. Brown. And on behalf of my man VonAllen, we want to thank you for your support. Let's fucking go.
VonAllen Sports.